Hold up. It's fresh air on another one. Just wanted to clarify a few things. Welcome to my podcast. Hit the like, subscribe. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate your vibes, everything you do. So, there's been a couple of things I had to address. Come to my attention. There's a lot of things in the background that a lot of people see or hear what goes on. Now, I talked about the Ukraine war. We just had an incident overseas overnight. I don't know if that was incited by my understanding or prediction, but it seems to be escalating over there, which is not good. We talked about, the war is basically on something else. What are we fighting for? What are we fighting for in the first place? What happened on October 7th? What happened? What was going on that triggered the events? What transpired that night? What was the only building destroyed? Was it a hotel where they were staying? A lot of them? Why was there news organizations showing everybody in town while they're on the rubble with their fists in the air? That doesn't seem like it was a bad thing. There was another story being said and it wasn't being told. If everybody's got their fists in the air, what were they cheering about? Over a building being destroyed. Those weren't, you know what I'm saying? Those weren't the ones that incited this. What happened was socialism. They thought they could do and perform certain things on Holy Land. Unfortunately, it was then it was rebelled against. So what I'm basically trying to get at is you can't be always going up what the news presents to you. It's not that you have to rebel against, it's just there's always a different alternative story being told. Distractions to the world. There's also other entities involved with certain politics get involved with certain private third-party businesses that take advantage of destruction because they have basically ideas that they're gonna build on the land, rebuild their idea of what they want. Now, that's all been proven with Maui. Did an aerial view of 2 satellites over the top. The burn marks, you don't have complete burns like that unless you have a certain temperature, which evidence show that a regular forest fire or anything like that, it's been plenty of those around the world, that it burns at a certain temperature at a highest point of like 800 degrees or something like that. Well, these burns were melting brake pads which burn at 1400 to 1700 degrees. So, weather doesn't play a part because if you're talking 20 degrees difference, it's not going to change the fire and massive degrees of heat. Wind doesn't cause a heat. The fuel that burned there was a lot of rain, wasn't there? So, I mean, it just kind of all happened where internet shut down. I mean, they didn't talk about that, but it almost took them 5 weeks to finally get to pity-patter around the truth. Even the citizens there that were going to clean up were just like, how? And it's just been hush-hush ever since. Yeah. So when the news incites things, they don't think about there's actual people like myself that can see way past any of their understanding. And so what happens is their narrative is already being debunked because they didn't either look into it or there's alternative narrative. We talk about this quite a bit. The distraction. What are they distracting you from? Or trying to? It is your own discernment to determine what you want to believe in and what they're trying to get you to believe. We got to get back to what's right for humanity. Stop talking about the problems, inciting divides. The news creates very unrealistic expectations on their own citizens to act right, and they're the very ones inciting these ideologies and these, in the end, they're talking about it with no clear evidence in certain things. They're leaving out certain and what happens is if you leave half of America going like, y'all see, you're basically making everybody numb to stupidity. Whatever happened to solution and making changes? Because if the news is 95% negative, if we're always doing that, where's the positive? We have to get the balance right here in society. The only way to do that is send a clear message to the news. Start doing your job. Stop trying to get ratings by clearly blowing your story up, making your own ideas up just to get your big break. There's better things to talk about, like the humanitarian issues that we have now that the war-torn areas, you have devastated crops because the migration of fleeing migrants from that region now don't farm the land, and what happens is now you have a shortage in crops. Not only are we having a winter crisis where that could also affect our crops in some areas, we have to be focused. What is the better outcome? The better outcome would be stop making things difficult. Social media, the news. I mean, how many news organizations are out there? The best ones are actually the ones that aren't chasing those contracts or advertisement and all that, or being told what to say. So as the higher ups, have to deal with, maybe they have to start taking back some of the words they be putting out on some of their stories and how they excite them and how they try to put fear in you. Now that's not the government. Government is always trying to do the right thing. There's two sides to it all. There's great in both sides. There's great and equal. It's bipartisan. But we come to an understanding that it's humanitarian. We have to come together, put differences aside, and make the better choices in all of our lives. And that starts within you. If everybody takes that first step into finding their own inner peace and stop getting so distracted on what's not real. A lot of the social media stuff, we're chasing dreams that aren't even existing. What I mean is a lot of it's not even obtainable unless you obviously do your homework. You'll see that the tree, prosperity in certain areas and certain fields is very difficult, cutthroat. You either play by their rules or just get put aside. So, best thing for me to do is just be a messenger, just say thanks to all my supportive spirituals, guidance, earth angels that give me the strength to carry on, the strength to understand we have a purpose to be here. We have a purpose to make a difference in this world. We have a different perspective that can help spark ideas for new generational changes, generational curses being broke. We don't need civil wars. We don't need any of the violence. We need more of let's get together with this understanding that love and respect is going to have to start having a comeback. Otherwise, we're losing this battle with humanity right now. Social media is a big part in that. And the best thing to do is, like I said, be focused and dedicated to yourself. You will find time to find that discernment, to listen and see things differently for what they are. I like to thank a lot of people that listen to Fresh Air on a normal basis. Big breakthroughs are coming for a lot of people. A lot of people are seeing the blessings around the world. A lot of people are seeing the struggles around the world. But as a leader, you can do the right thing. As a leader, you can lead by example. You can start looking for greater good for humanity instead of just by, agendas that don't really get weight. We need solutions, big solutions, to make changes in this ever-changing, fast world right now. We need to keep up with the change. And the best way to do that is start finding yourself. Focus in the moments. Don't let life pass you by. God bless all of you. I pray that no weapon formed against you will prosper, that you will have everlasting life. God bless all of you.